What's up, guys? Do you know what day it is today? No, it's not fall. It's about another month and a few days. Today is chapter 18, day 18 of the Proverbs challenge, 31 chapters in 31 days. And again, today, a few days ago, I got my guest here, Pretty Boy. He'll be hanging out with us until he gets bored and rubs against everything, and we'll see what happens. And Ranger's running around here somewhere. So I read a devotional yesterday. It was by Ray Comfort. It's called Jesus in Red. And it was really interesting because he was talking about how when he's evangelizing, and he'll come up to people who say they're Christian, so he'll ask them, "Oh, are you getting into the Word daily?" And he says most time than not, they say, "Oh, I'm trying to." And it's interesting because I've noticed that too. In my sphere, and people you meet who are Christian, if you ask them, you read your Bible daily, and they say no, I don't have time. They always make up excuses. But in the devotional, where he goes on to say, he's like, "Oh, so you're trying to?" He's like, "Do you try to have breakfast? Do you try to have lunch? Do you try to eat dinner? No, you just go and do it. You just go and eat." So, and then he said that the enemy is, doesn't care, about you eating, but what he does care about is if you're diving into the Word or not. And he's going to do everything he can to distract you, to keep you away from getting into the Word. So when you say, "Oh, I'm trying to get into the Word daily," he loves that because he knows he's going to get you and distract you somewhere else. So really get into the Word daily, guys. And he also says, no read, no feed. So let's get reading. Chapter 18. And this is the last of the contrast, the upright and the wicked. He who separates himself seeks his own desire. He quarrels against all sound wisdom. A fool does not delight in understanding, but only in revealing his own mind. When a wicked man comes, contempt also comes, and with dishonor comes scorn. The words of a man's mouth are deep waters. The fountain of wisdom is a bubbling brook. To show partiality to the wicked is not good, nor to thrust aside the righteous is judgment. A fool's lips bring strife, and his mouth calls for blows. A fool's mouth is his ruin, and his lips are the snare of his soul. The words of a whisperer are like dainty morsels, and they go down into the innermost parts of the body. He also who is slack in his work is brother to him who destroys. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runs into it and is safe. A rich man's wealth is his strong city, and like a high wall in his own imagination. Before destruction the heart of a man is haughty, but humility goes before honor. He who gives an answer before he hears, it is folly and shame to him. The spirit of a man can endure his sickness, but as for a broken spirit, who can bear it? The mind of the prudent acquires knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeks knowledge. A man's gift makes room for him and brings him before great men. The first to plead his case seems right, until another comes and examines him. The cast lot puts an end to strife and decides between the mighty ones. A brother offended is harder to be won than a strong city, and contentions are like the bars of a citadel. With the fruit of a man's mouth, his stomach will be satisfied. He will be satisfied with the product of his lips. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit. He who finds a wife finds good thing, and obtains favor from the Lord. The poor man utters supplications, but the rich man answers roughly. A man of too many friends comes to ruin, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. And the one that sticks out here to me, which I kind of don't understand, is the very last verse we just read, 24. A man of too many friends comes to ruin, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. And I always wonder about that. A man of too many friends comes to ruin. Because I think of, especially in school, like if you're growing up in school, you always want to be the popular one and have all the friends and everything. And it's like, okay, that's what you think as a kid. And even like, if you think of a bridge, like a cable bridge, think of the Golden Gate Bridge. You got these big, huge cables, but it's not just one big cable. You got hundreds, maybe even thousands of little cables that are holding this all together because it makes it stronger than just one big cable. But not so with friends, it's saying. And I always wonder about that because is it talking about that, is it gonna wear you thin? Because if you have a lot of friends, you're trying to please everybody because everyone's got a different personality. So you're trying to please this friend and this friend and this friend and this friend, but yet you're wearing yourself thin, and then when you try to please everybody, you please nobody? Or is it the opposite where you're gonna wear thin, but it's from your friends are trying to use you, so they're not really friends because you have so many of them, so you're not always with them. They're more of acquaintances. So maybe they want something from you, or who knows what. So that one's tough. So I'm curious to know what your thoughts would be on that, because then it does go on to say, but there was a friend who sticks closer than a brother. So really, we got to have that one or two close friends who are basically like brothers, that's closer than brothers, who will be there for us, to uplift us, to encourage us, and be there with us. So I'd love to know your thoughts on that verse as well. So feel free to comment below and let me know. All right, so that's all we got for today. Again, get into the Word, guys. All right, I encourage you, inspire you. Look how long this took. I just read one chapter of the Proverbs. This video is about 5-6 minutes long. Reading it, a couple minutes, if that. So you could definitely find time, guys. All right. So there we have it. Till tomorrow. I love you guys. Peace. I'm out.